Welcome to another episode of Roll Up a Pull Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Alright, now what we here on today, Mr. Roll Up? I killed Daddy. Perry County 11-year-old charged with homicide. Well, let's get it. How about that?
You're with us. Tonight, we begin with new information in the case of an 11-year-old Perry County boy accused of killing his father.
Police say the boy, Clayton Dietz, shot and killed his father, Douglas Dietz, inside their home on South Market Street in Duncannon. We have team coverage, and we begin with Sarah Wilson, who is live in Duncannon. Sarah?
Alicia Dennis, good evening to you. Just hours before this all happened, the boy's mother posted on Facebook wishing her 11-year-old son happy birthday. Court documents showed that the family celebrated around midnight, but around 3 a.m., tragedy would hit. Police say what began as a birthday celebration for 11-year-old Clayton Dietz ended hours later with his father, 42-year-old Douglas Dietz, dead, allegedly shot by the boy himself.
This is a very sad situation, and it's a situation that will take quite some time to work its way through the court system.
Clayton was charged with criminal homicide on his 11th birthday, just hours after celebrating with his parents at midnight. According to court documents, the shooting happened around 3 a.m. Tuesday. Clayton's mother, Jillian Dietz, told police that she and her husband Douglas had gone to bed. She woke up to a quote, bang. That's when she turned on her bedroom lights and found Clayton standing in the closet. She told police that her son said, quote, he's dead. But there is plenty about this case we still do not know. No comment. Perry County District Attorney Clay Maris didn't fill in any of those blanks today. But according to court documents, Clayton's mom says he was upset when he was told to go to bed and had his Nintendo Switch taken away. He admitted to police that he got the key to the gun from his father's drawer. And that is when police say the boy told them that he went inside that safe looking for his Nintendo Switch and instead got the gun, took it out, and allegedly shot his father in the head.
When a juvenile is charged with murder, they automatically begin as charged as an adult.
Which is the case for Clayton right now, but that could change through what's called decertification.
And decertification is a filing where the defense tries to say the individual should be prosecuted in the juvenile justice system for a variety of reasons.
That's up to a judge, and whatever they decide will make a huge difference.
The big difference is that the adult court system, if someone is convicted of first-degree murder, they have a much longer sentence. Because this is a juvenile, the juvenile does not automatically get life without the possibility of parole. That law changed a number of years ago.
And again, that will be up to a judge. The attorney you just heard from is not Clayton's attorney, but he tells me that he has tried other cases like this in the past. He says it is possible more charges could be coming in a case like this. That does include the possibility of first-degree murder. We're live in Duncannon. Sarah Wilson, ABC 27 News.
Sarah, thank
Alright. Yeah, I heard that right. Alright, let's back it up, son. Hold on. Damn. Try to bag it up to this little spot that I wanted to go to, but I don't see it on here.
Homicide on his 11th birthday, just hours after celebrating with his parents at midnight. According to court documents, the shooting happened around 3 a.m. Tuesday. Clayton's mother, Jillian Dietz, told police that she and her husband Douglas had gone to bed. She woke up to a quote, bang. That's when she turned on her bedroom lights and found Clayton standing in the closet. She told police that her son said, quote, he's dead. But there is plenty about this case we still do not know. No. She told police that her son said, quote, he's...
All right, let's just stop it right here then. I wanted it to go back to the point where they showed the demo of the Nintendo Switch, but ain't shit up. So we just gonna stop it right here. All right, now let's start this all the way from the top, man. Y'all know how we do over here. We gotta start it from the top so it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? We can't just pick and pull parts that we don't like and try and decipher shit. We gotta start it from the top. All right. So here's the top. The boy Clayton Dietz was 10 years old, right? Here it is, 12 o'clock a.m. It's his birthday. He turns 11. His parents celebrated with him, which I don't understand why he was up at 12 o'clock at night anyway. He should have been in the bed asleep. But these white people, no disrespect to my white people, but I will leave the picture of them in the thumbnail. This is a white family. You know what I'm saying? Not saying black families don't do this either, but we talking about white people today. How about that? All right? Now, 12 a.m., they up celebrating this boy's birthday. He just turned 11 years old. He should be in the bed asleep. But they up with him 12 a.m. celebrating his birthday. Okay? With that being said, I'm pretty sure they gave him his gifts. One of his gifts had to be this Nintendo Switch. So now the boy got the Switch and he's sitting up there playing with it. The parents like, hey, you know what? It's time to go to bed, man. He don't want to go to bed. He want to play his Switch, which he shouldn't have been up there late any damn way. But, you know, hey, it is what it is, right? So the father tussling with the son, hey, it's time to go to bed. The son not having it. Y'all know today's world, these kids, they devices is like going outside. Like how going outside was for us back in the day, that's they new outside today is they devices, right? We hated when we couldn't go outside back in the day. They hate when you take their devices today. Same type of difference. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, his daddy take his Switch from him. Take your ass to bed. Right? So after that happened, the parents, they go get in the bed. They go to sleep. Next thing you know, the little boy come in their room, go in the dad's lockbox, whatever you call it, you know, safe, whatever it is that he had. And he found his dad's gun. He knew what was in that lockbox. He knew where the key was. He knew everything. So he knew it was a gun in there. And he knew what that gun do. He caught himself going in there looking for that switch. He pulled out the gun, went up to his dad, and shot him in the head in his sleep. The mom wake up. When she wake up, she see her son standing in a closet saying these words right here. He's dead. So now she has to call the police and tell them what happened. She tell them, they show up, they arrest the 11-year-old boy on his 11th birthday. He gets arrested. Of course, he tells the whole story. He only 11 years old. He really don't have the whole full mental capacity to, you know, try and save himself and say, hey, I didn't do that. That wasn't me. You know, y'all know kids is very honest. So he being honest. He told him what happened. Dad took my Switch. I went and got his gun. I shot him in the head. Little do he know, this is going to seal the deal for him. This is going to cook him. His own confession. Not only what he did, you know, can definitely be traced and, you know, found as evidence and, you know, they could determine all of that. But he admitted it to it. Now, as they were saying that, you know, he automatically charged as an adult, but through the court's process and what the judge says, it could be lowered to like a juvenile lifer situation. Meaning, if they lower it to like juvenile lifer, he'll get out at the age of 21. The way how that work is they say that your brain is not fully developed until you like 25 years old. So when you commit a crime at such a young age like that, they look at it as your mental is not fully capacitated. So they like give you a second chance, which is called juvenile lifer. and they let out them juvenile lifers, I think, by the age of 21. Give them a second chance. So depending on the judge and how the judge feel, they could lower it down to a juvenile lifer situation. Other than that, he gonna be charged as an adult. And if the judge lead the charge as an adult, he will serve the rest of his life in prison. And this will be all over a Nintendo Switch, a game he will never be able to play again, or see his father again, or his mother. Of course, through visits, but she might not even want to deal with him no more after this. You know, this little boy don't know he just ruined his whole life. Whether if he get the juvenile life or if he spend the rest of his life in prison. Either way it go, he about to do some jail time at the age of 11 years old. He don't even know what's going on, but he do know that he got to go through what he is going through, all over a video game. All right, now we got all that out the way. Here's the lesson. Stay on y'all kids, man. You never know what is going on in your kids' mental. You know what I'm saying? Your kids can really feel some certain type of way about an object, a device, anything. And if you don't have these conversations with them and you don't have that discipline for them, this can happen to you right here. This can happen to you right here. And there's a lot of this going on. And it's going on because parents are not being parents to their kids. And their kids are reacting in such heinous ways. I truly believe that they shouldn't have been up at 12 o'clock celebrating his birthday. I feel like that's what older teenagers to adults do. You know, that's not for no 11-year-old kid. He should have been in the bed asleep. Maybe things would have turned out different. Maybe it would have been the same thing. Maybe. But what we do know is that this 10-year-old boy turning 11 should have been in the bed asleep by 12 a.m., but he wasn't. And this caused a whole homicide. You know what I'm saying? Parents, be on your kids about their devices. Make sure they go outside, get some air, have some friends, and live a life like we did as teenagers. Stop letting their life be led by devices. These devices are the devil, for real, for real. If you're not going to keep an eye on them, don't give it to them, because you don't know what those devices will make your kid do to you in particular. How about that? It's been another episode of Roll Up a Pull Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.